Hello and welcome to this special presentation on NDTV. Now, in the opposition space, a lot of movements are taking place where many political parties are trying different formations. But there is one very interesting thing that happened last weekend. This is not a political setup, but it is a forum. It's called Insaaf Ke Sipahi. And what exactly does this forum want to do? And can it achieve something as far as uniting the opposition forces are concerned? I have with me the chief architect of Insaaf Ke Sipahi, Mr. Kapil Sibal. Thank you very much for speaking to NDTV. Mr. Sibal, can you explain what this is? Sepoys of justice. What does this mean?
First of all, the platform is Insaaf, right? Insaaf Ke Sipahi are part of the platform of Insaaf, because the kind of injustices that we are seeing at every level of the societal structure, where people have no voice. So the Insaaf Ke Sipahi at every level of that structure will now have a voice, because they can actually register as Insaaf Ke Sipahi. But more important than that, it's something that I said the other day as well, that lawyers have always been at the forefront of change. Right? Yeah, Indian independence movement, C.R. Das, Mahatma Gandhi himself, Nehruji, Sardar Patel, Lala Lajpat Rai, any number of lawyers who have been at the forefront of the movement. Now, lawyers are silent in India, and I wonder why. So, if lawyers want to be the catalyst for change, and we need change in this country, it's not about a government. We need a change of vision, right? A change of how you bring about prosperity amongst the most poor in this country. A change of how you need to educate your children, how healthcare should reach our people. This is not about Modi or anti-Modi. It's about the country taking a wrong course in its march towards the future. And this forum is about that.
But obviously this has to do with the present dispensation, because even in your press conference, you mentioned the injustice being done under this regime and also by affiliate parent organizations. So in that context, do you feel that this could be a good platform for the opposition players to come together and be a part of this?
Absolutely, that's the purpose.
So that's part of the purpose.
Yes, that's the part of the purpose. Remember, who can oppose Insaaf? Even Narendra Modi ji can't oppose Insaaf, right?
Is that an invitation to him?
Why not? Why not? Let's start doing Insaaf and stop doing injustice. My invitation to him. But be that as it may, who can oppose it? And what does Insaaf mean? I'll give you a small example. First of all, I'm a human being. I'm an insan, right? Then I'm a Nagrik. Then I'm a Hindu. Then I'm a Brahmin, right? And then I'm rich, right? So, who are you first and insan? The state must treat every individual as an insan, not that he is scheduled caste, scheduled tribe. The moment you put that stamp on him, and you start, you could see the perpetration of violence, because you don't look at people as insan. You don't look at people as Nagrik. You look at people as belonging to this religion, this jati, that jati.
So, Mr. Sibal, did this not always exist? Are you saying that this is all creation post 2014?
No, it is part of our societal structure, which is what we need to change. Instead of, we've been walking along this path for too long, and since 2014, it's become much worse. You see the kind of violence, not just in terms of physical violence, but violence in words, the kind of abuse that's going on, the hate speech, the venom, and then that perpetrates violence, the inability of institutions to stop this. We need to stop all this. That's the purpose of this platform.
So, now that you say that this in that context is a political movement also, and you wouldn't mind political parties coming together on this platform, do you feel that you can be that all important political social glue for opposition parties to come together?
This is not my objective at all. All important, less important, more important. That's not the objective. The importance is that we need to change the way we are functioning as a state, right? And if you see, Modi has done some good things in that. It's not that everything that Modi has done. Every administration does some great things, right? But at the same time, if we are taking a wrong course to the future, it may actually result in great injustice. And we need to stop that.
Post this announcement on Saturday, I see that a lot of political parties have welcomed it. For instance, you've got the Aam Aadmi Party, the Congress, Shiromani Akali Dal, which was part of the NDA up until a few years ago. Many other players also.
Akhilesh
Yadav.
Tejasvi,
yeah.
Right, our Bhupesh Baghel, the left chief minister in Kerala.
So do you feel that, and many of these players have had inhibitions about one another, which is a great hindrance for opposition unity. You know this big exercise going on to get opposition party. Do you feel your forum can be that glue? That's why I asked this question.
How can there be a hindrance against Insaaf? Who can oppose it? Right? You will want different kinds of Insaaf, right, depending on your vision of Insaaf. But Insaaf is a glue which will connect every citizen.
So do you think the fact that you are a lawyer who wants to exact change, the fact that there is Insaaf right in the name of your forum, can get opposition parties together who have traditionally kept away from one another?
As I said, this is not that I don't want anything out of politics. What I want is for parties to start thinking that we need to change the system, right? For example, if we say in our preamble that we want justice, social, economic and political, are we getting political justice? Lalu just gets raided, right? He has had a transplant of a kidney, right? He has undergone so much difficulties, I think personally, unfairly. And now you know that Tejasvi is being with the JDU. And you want to pressurize him, and the CBI is acting as the inspector of the government. So what kind of political insaaf is this? Have they ever raided their own ministers in any BJP state? Right? Despite the fact that crores and crores were found in several states which are direct links with the party.
Are you calling this CBI questioning that is happening today at Rabri Devi's residence as injustice?
Complete. I mean, in the sense, why suddenly now? This is something they discovered now, right? So Eureka, suddenly they find that the elections are coming in. Before 2024, we must destabilize that alliance that has taken place between.
I mean, I'm just playing devil's advocate. Here is an ongoing investigation where they want to continue with their investigation.
Well, who says don't continue with their investigation, but the timing is relevant? And what are you going to get out of Laluji today? He's a sick man. What are you trying to achieve? Ultimately, tell me, what are you going to get from Laluji? Ultimately, you will charge sheet him. Let's assume you will charge sheet him. How long will the trial take? How sick is he? Right? And what will come out of it, God alone knows. So, and this is not happening for the first time. They are targeting every opposition leader. And whichever opposition leader who was with the opposition comes onto their side and who was previously being investigated is not investigated anymore. You know, have examples in West Bengal. You have examples in Assam. You've got examples everywhere else in the country. So it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
Which is why I come back
to social justice, economic justice. I mean, which country in the world are assets owned by 1 or 2%? I mean, it's unbelievable.
No, which is why I come back to the point of 11th of March, I presume you're going to hold a meeting of Insaaf Ke Sipahi. Who do you feel and how many people do you feel should, at least from the political, see, change can be exacted by lawyers as well as politicians. You can bring about political change also. I'm sure that is in the ambit of what you want to do.
No, it's like this. Anybody who wants to come is welcome. But I don't want to be politics on the platform. You know what I mean?
But you wouldn't mind if people come together.
No, I'd love it. I'd love it. That people come together, all parties agree that this is really the agenda for 2024. He wants Insaaf to be the agenda for 2020.
And in that context, you agree that many parties who don't see eye to eye, for instance, an Aam Aadmi Party, a Congress, we know that.
So what they are doing to the Aam Aadmi Party.
But the Congress does not support them.
It's not relevant. It's not relevant. They will do it to the Congress. They have done it to the Congress before. They will do it again. What are they doing to Hemant in Jharkhand? What are they doing in Chhattisgarh? They are doing it to the Congress, no? To Bhupesh. So they are doing it to everybody. So anyway, whatever it is, this is the nature of the beast.
Your forum, do you intend to stay on with this cause beyond 2024 also?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Actually, see, we need a new vision for this country, a positive vision. What should India be like, right? You know, for example, the Achhe Din are forgotten. Now we are thinking of the Amrit Kal, right? Now, to achieve Amrit Kal, what do we need to do? Right? We don't need to make promises which we cannot achieve. Right? There's no point in that. Because now nobody talks about Achhe Din, no? Have you heard Prime Minister talk about it? He doesn't, because he knows that they didn't come. And who will be there when Amrit Kal comes? Maybe this Prime Minister may not be there. No, it's too far away. So this is all selling a dream, and the poor always buy the dream. Right? India is about 880 crore people, 800 million people living on the margin. We need to deal with those 800 million.
But you know, I'm just curious, how exactly do you plan to provide Insaaf at that scale, at that level?
We need to change the institutional structure. We need to bring about enormous accountability. If somebody defects, we need to make sure that he doesn't fight an election for the next 5 years. These are the kind of changes that we want. That will give Insaaf. Right? Remember the BJP's great plank that no government should change in 5 years. Yeah? Once you are elected, you shouldn't change, but they have toppled 8 governments. So how do you fit one with the other? You know, this is all.
But how do you respond to some who may find this a romantic idea which has germinated in the mind of a lawyer who's also a poet, who's imagining.
Life, it is all about romance. Right? It is romance.
Yeah, which is why you call the ED the Valentine of the government.
Of course. And the CBI is a temporary girlfriend, because you have to take
Why do you say that?
You have to take the consent of the state. Right? So only when you get consent, you sort of. But these are it's all about romance. I mean, the French Revolution was based on the romance, the American War of Independence. Right? Actually, the history of the world is the history of romance, for dreams to come true, for a new vision. Right? Romance in the British actually searching for India, crossing the ocean to find wanting to say where the American continent is. Isn't it romance?
Not a happy one though for India.
Well, happy or not happy, all progress is based on romance, about the desire for something that is not achievable. What is romance?
So people must romance the idea of removing injustice.
That's right. And believe it.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sibal, for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.